When a woman says something like, "All men are the same," it might be a red flag. This phrase often comes from someone who has been through many relationships and, unfortunately, experienced similar issues over and over again. It's possible she's dealt with disappointment in the past and now carries a general belief that all men will behave the same way. This kind of statement can indicate that she's had many partners who treated her poorly or didn't meet her expectations. If you hear this phrase early in your relationship, it might mean she's still holding onto the baggage from those previous relationships. She may compare you to her past boyfriends without even realizing it. The problem here is that when someone holds this belief, they stop seeing individuals as unique and start lumping them into one category. This phrase is closely related to the first one, but it's more specific. When a woman says, "It's not just you, it's men in general," she's deflecting responsibility and shifting blame for any issues in the relationship onto men as a whole. This could be a sign that she's used to conflicts in her relationships and has developed a habit of seeing men as the problem rather than considering her own role in the situation. It's important to recognize that this phrase suggests she's had enough relationships to form strong opinions about men. Instead of dealing with each relationship on its own terms, she might have carried over emotional scars and patterns from her previous ones. The phrase shows she's comparing you to her exes and expecting the same outcomes. Everyone has a right to keep parts of their past private, but when a woman completely avoids discussing her past relationships, it could be a clue that she's had more partners than she's comfortable admitting. If she abruptly changes the subject or gets defensive when the topic comes up, it may indicate that she doesn't want to share the details because it could affect how you see her. Sometimes, a woman who has had a lot of relationships might feel ashamed or embarrassed about her past, especially if it involved a lot of short-term flings or situations she regrets. By avoiding the conversation, she's trying to protect herself from judgment. But remember, this could also mean that there are unresolved feelings from previous relationships, which can affect your relationship moving forward. On the surface, this might seem like a positive statement. After all, who wouldn't want a partner who knows how to make them happy? But when a woman frequently says this, it can be a sign that she has learned through experience, and possibly a lot of it. She may have picked up tips and tricks from many previous relationships, and now knows exactly what to do to keep a man interested. While experience in relationships can be valuable, it's worth thinking about where this knowledge comes from. Has she been in so many relationships that she's perfected the art of making men happy? If she's overly confident in this area, it may hint at a long history with many different men. It's not just about making a man happy physically either. If she's learned how to navigate emotional and psychological needs in a way that seems practiced, this could also point to a past filled with different partners. When a woman frequently mentions that she has many male friends, it can raise questions about her past relationships. While it's completely normal for people to have friends of the opposite sex, if she's constantly surrounded by men or always talking about male acquaintances, it could suggest that she's had romantic ties with some of them in the past. Sometimes, what starts as friendship can turn into something more. Or maybe some of these friendships were once romantic, but have since evolved. If you start hearing names of different guys every few months in your relationship, it might indicate that her social circle is filled with past romantic partners. While this doesn't automatically mean she's still involved with them, it's something to be aware of. Now we are about to end the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life. No matter how difficult it is to change, I will read each of your comment and feature one of the best comment in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.